Tonight on A Mixed Bag, our theme is can-do people, meaning people with challenges who set goals for themselves and are able to do the amazing things they always dreamed they could do. I'd like to introduce you to a can-do musician now. His name is Andrew Hewitt, and he is known as Australia's most inspirational drummer. And right now, we're going to find out why. Andrew Hewitt, welcome to A Mixed Bag, and thanks for joining us tonight.
No worries. Thank you for the opportunity.
Andrew, you were born with cerebral palsy, and my understanding is that cerebral palsy is an umbrella term for a group of disorders affecting someone's ability to move. Cerebral being brain-related and palsy the lack of muscle control. Can you please explain to us how your cerebral palsy affects you, so physically what it looks like?
Okay, for me, it's basically my arms and my legs. Things don't work properly. I use a wheelchair to get around. I worked on quite until about 5 years ago, and then my legs sort of got a bit more temperamental. CP is where the motor skills sending signals from the brain down to your limbs. The signals don't quite reach there properly. So for me, being a drummer, it's a huge challenge because I'm using all four limbs when I'm playing.
Andrew, I play guitar just enough to get away with, I think, not good, not bad. But you're saying you use all four limbs for your drumming, and I did a little bit of research about drumming during the week, and I made some discoveries which will be obvious to drummers. But as a non-drummer, it was interesting to me, just being an able-bodied person, and how you need to coordinate your hands with your feet in a rhythmic pattern, and the physical strength you need. And you'd have two pedals on the floor, a hi-hat and a kick drum, both operated with the feet. Your hi-hat...
Sometimes three.
Sometimes three. Your hi-hat might play the basic 1, 2, 3, 4 beat, but you might come in on beat 1 and 3 on the kick drum. The rhythm of the snare drum might offset the rhythm of the kick drum, and the snare drum as well as the toms are played with your hand. And to top it all off, there's crash cymbals as well. Now, can you tell us in detail how on earth you manage all that when you're in a wheelchair and you have cerebral palsy?
A lot of difficulty. I use a lot of electronics on my drum kit. I've been doing this for about 35 years now. A lot of it just old school perseverance, but some of it I use electronics for my bass drum, where I kick the pedal and it sends out electronic signal. I've got an acoustic bass drum, but it's actually converted into an electronic signal.
Right.
I've also got a pad mounted next to my snare drum, which I also play kick drum with my left hand when my leg gets tired.
Wow.
So I've never actually thought of it as the formula that you put it out to, but that's how it goes.
That's how you do it. Yeah. So you've worked out your own way, in your own style.
Yeah. I'm actually lucky. I'm endorsed by Pearl. So they supplied me with a beautiful new drum kit last year. And yeah, it's a matter of if you want something badly enough, you work at it hard enough to get to it.
Absolutely. So the drum kit itself, you said you'd use the electronic pads and things, but the drum kit itself, is that a standard drum kit?
Just a standard acoustic drum kit.
Wow, that's just amazing. Andrew, you're many things, including a drummer, as you've just told us. So that's the performing artist part of you. You're a drum teacher, I believe, a drum set clinician, and also a disability advocate, just to name a few things. How many hats do you actually wear?
I'm also involved in a multinational non-profit organisation called Can-Do Musos. We all came together in New York last year. 4 of us got together, 3 of us having disabilities. We decided we wanted to change the world. We wanted to change attitude towards people with disabilities. This is where Can-Do Musos was formed. We are passionate musicians we're passionate about playing music. We are not going to let a disability stand in our way. We have 135 musicians from 16 countries listed on our website.
Wow, so it's gone from 3 to 165.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The meeting was attended by Dom Pemilaro, who is like a drumming guru. He's like one of the biggest drum teachers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
David Seagal, who has arthroporosis, he has club-like deformed hands,
Yep.
and he's an amazing drummer.
Mm-hmm.
There was also Mike Mignona. Mike is also a drummer with cerebral palsy, and he plays a bit different than me. He doesn't actually have a physical bass drum. He uses a floor tom instead.
Okay.
But we all have our own way of doing things, and we all have that same passion, that same drive that keeps us going. And we're trying to build a community of people that actually have that same attitude. I've also just started doing a radio show.
Oh, fantastic.
Just online. I'm using a shoutcast server, and I do it live every Monday morning from my drum room here in Sydney.
And is that all about can-do musicians, or is that about drumming?
No, it's about can-do musos. We're playing only music from can-do musos.
Wonderful.
So everything I play on that radio show, people have a member in the band or the artist itself has a disability of some sort.
Yeah. So you mentioned the drum teacher that you really respect before. What about, do you have a favourite drummer, maybe in the pop world or the jazz world or in the drumming world?
One of my biggest heroes is Rick Allen from Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
Rick actually has one arm. He lost an arm in a car accident in the mid-80s.
Okay.
And he's amazing. Def Leppard is selling out big arenas all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't let his disability stop him. Another influence is John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. A lot of my playings are all like 70s rock sort of based. Ian Pace from Deep Purple. And Phil Rudd from AC/DC.
Right.
But sad that he's gone the way he's gone at the moment.
Oh, well, it's, rock and roll. I think a lot of our listeners have that same musical taste as you, actually.
I teach a lot of people with disabilities from my home here in Sydney.
Okay.
And the idea of these lessons aren't about finding the next John Bonham or Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
They're more about finding someone's inner personality and helping someone boost their self-esteem, giving them confidence that they can do something that's really cool. And
can you tell us about the Rhythmic Arts Project Down Under and Trapped?
Okay. Trapped is a project I picked up while I was in the States last year as well. It was formed in 1997 by Eddie Tuduri as a rehab for an accident, a body stepping accident he had where he broke his neck.
Okay.
And he asked somebody to bring in some toys to him while he was in hospital.
Yep.
Eddie was already a fairly well-known drummer and record producer. He played with the likes of Del Shannon, the Beat Boys, and Ike Turner, and a heap of other people.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, he came up with this idea to teach people with disabilities to read and spell and count and use basic life skills using drums and percussion. I went over and did a 3-day seminar with Eddie last year, and I brought this program back to Australia, and I've actually called it Trapped Down Under.
Okay, Trapped, yeah.
To differentiate between here and Trap USA. And now I'm actually trying to get it out to disability centres around wherever anyone wants me. I would be happy to go anywhere if anyone was going to pay me to go somewhere if someone was going to cover my costs to get there. I'm happy to do whatever anybody wants me to do.
Sounds fantastic. Now, you're also, we were talking about all the hats that you wear, and I believe you're also in a cover band called That Other Band. And
Yeah.
are they all can-do musos, or is it a mixture of
No,
people?
no, I'm actually the only person with a disability in the band,
Okay,
and it's pretty cool. Like, we did a gig on Friday night at the Vineyard in just out near Windsor, and good crowd, and they just absolutely loved it. We had people up dancing, and um, when I'm behind the drum kit, you can hardly tell because I'm sitting down and you can't see the bend in my legs or anything like that. And yeah, I just love it. I've always loved performing, and this band we're playing stuff that people want to hear at the pubs on a Friday and Saturday night.
right.
AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Kiss, Poison, Guns N' Roses, that sort of thing.
Cool, love it. So, Andrew, this Wednesday, the 3rd of December, is the International Day for People with a Disability. Are you doing
Yes,
any concerts for that particular day,
I'm
or?
actually I'm actually playing on Tuesday.
Hmm.
At a gig at Ashfield outside the Civic Centre in the forecourt.
Is that with the band?
No, it's actually with David Rowlands, who is another can-do music.
So, can you tell us about the NAM show coming up in January and what you're going to be presenting there? I believe it's in California.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity. And what we're doing, we have an opportunity to present can-do musos at the NAM show. NAM is a huge international music trade show. And part of what we're trying to do with Can Do Musos is trying to encourage others to embrace disability a bit more.
Yeah.
On the 25th of January, we are going to be doing a discussion forum presentation where 5 of us will be there, and we'll be talking about embracing musicians with disabilities, trying to encourage music companies to use artists with disabilities in their marketing, retailers making stores more accessible, even when they do clinics. I was at a clinic not long ago, and it was up 2 flights of stairs. The only way I had to get up there was this chairlift that I actually had to get out of my wheelchair and sit in the lift to go up the stairs. And then someone had to carry my wheelchair up the stairs.
Oh, okay. Well, I was actually going to ask you as my next question, do you think people's attitudes towards people with disabilities is getting better? But by what you're saying, it sounds like we've got a long way to go.
We do. It's getting better than what it was. I've become a lot more, as a musician myself, I've become a lot more respected. But yeah, when it comes to a musician with disabilities getting offered gigs, getting offered the same opportunities as everybody else, we've still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we will be bringing up at the discussion in Anaheim.
Andrew, could you tell us a little bit about the video campaign that you were involved in? With one part of it was about bullying.
Okay, yeah, I was part of a video campaign for Cerebral Palsy Alliance about 2 years ago. It was called Making It Real.
Mm-hmm.
They interviewed 14 people with cerebral palsy, including Jimmy Barnes' daughter, Ellie Mae. And it was all different topics about CP. And the idea was to motivate people, to show people that just because you've got CP doesn't mean you can't have a life.
And with the bullying part, as a kid growing up, were you bullied at school because you had cerebral palsy?
A little bit, but not as much because I'd just turn around and laugh at them, and they'd end up laughing along with me in the end anyway. And that's how I got accepted.
So you had to sort of develop a thick skin, I guess.
Yes, yep, definitely.
You said 35 years or something you'd been playing the drums? So
I've been a drummer.
How old were you when you started?
I was 10 years old. My parents got me a drum kit for Christmas. they were thinking, oh, it'd be a passing phase, it'll be collecting dust in 6 months. And here I was, 2004, I had an article in Modern Drummer magazine, which is like the drummer's Bible from the US.
Wow.
I've had articles in various drumming magazines all over the world, even in Poland and Canada.
Wow. Amazing.
And yeah, Drum Scene magazine here in Australia have been very supportive as well. The drumming community itself have been great to support. Also with this trip over to America, some guys within the drumming community in Brisbane and in Melbourne actually got together and said, right, we're going to put together a fundraiser to get you there.
Okay.
They just put up a Facebook page and said who wants to donate, and then they've started putting up auctions and prizes, and we're not almost at our $5,000 goal to get there.
Maybe you could just give us all the contact details that we need to know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us?
Okay, firstly, there's my website at drummer6.com.au. There's also candomusos.com. We are also on Facebook, so find Can Do Musos on Facebook. And my own personal Facebook fan page. Just find Andrew Hewitt on Facebook. And also you can like that other band on Facebook.
Great. Andrew Hewitt, Australia's most inspirational drummer, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been really interesting chatting with you today. And it's
No drama.
It's the first time I've done this Skype recording thing, so I'm hoping fingers crossed it's all worked. So all the best with your future endeavours, and thank you once again.
No dramas. Anytime else you want me to do an interview or come to Bega for anything, just let me know.
Great. Thanks a lot, Andrew.